to the Kas Show with Chris Ryan. I'm your host, Harry Cassell.
And I'm Chris Ryan.
For those of you that like Make It Last with Sage App and Cass, I am the same host. Oh my god, I'm back in the flesh. What's going on? Good to hear from you guys again. I just wanted to keep it going. I wanted to keep you guys updated with all my hot takes and all my code takes. And I got Chris Ryan here because he's a Boston fan and I'm a Miami fan, and we like to yell at each other.
Super pumped to be part of this. It's all I know how to talk is sports, so let's get it going.
All right. Kyrie Irving got traded.
Woo!
It's weird.
It is weird. It's very weird. But, you know, Danny Ainge did what he felt he had to do. How do you feel about it?
I think that Danny Ainge made all these incredible moves, and then he got hit by a bus, and then he just started trading Avery Bradley and Isaiah Thomas, and it's weird because you saw what Paul George and DeMarcus Cousins went for, and I feel like they gutted their roster. Only 4 players that were on the squad last year are going to be on this year, and that's weird from a number 1 seed.
That is very strange. I feel like in the beginning of the season, chemistry is going to be a little off, but I think, January, February, they'll really get it rolling. Kyrie has a championship pedigree. I'm super stoked to get him.
I guess, but you had to give up a lot. You had to give up a Brooklyn pick on a team that's terrible, so they're probably going to be a top 3 pick next year. You had to give up Crowder. That's a player that he can't guard those elite wings, but he can bother them. I saw him bother LeBron, and it was awesome.
And then, of course, IT, definitely going to miss him, his energy, what he brought to the city. You could argue that without him, they don't even win a playoff series last year, let alone get to the Eastern Conference Finals. So, gonna miss him, but Kyrie's definitely an upgrade. IT, I don't think they were going to bring in the Brinks truck for IT.
Fun fact, their 2K rating is exactly the same. Fun fact, they're both an 89. The people at 2K think they're the same player. And for those of you that don't trust the 2K statistics, there's a quickness and a speed stat. Those are 2 different statistics that they factor into player development.
One of them is older with a bad hip, who had less time on his contract.
I think if you're the Cavs, we've been talking about the Celtics perspective. I think if you're the Cavs, I think you should make a big move right now. I think you should trade maybe Channing Frye, Tristan Thompson, that pick from the Nets, and then try to get a player like Carmelo Anthony. Try to make a big move, a big splash. Maybe give up even another piece and then try to get a player maybe like Dwayne Wade. Maybe the Banana Boat reunion happens in Cleveland. Maybe this is how it happens.
The 03 draft
This
reunion?
is what LeBron has been pushing for.
Ended on a championship ride. I agree with that. I wouldn't give up the Brooklyn pick because I think if Cleveland doesn't win it this year, LeBron's as good as gone. Everybody else is gonna fly away like they did the first time in Cleveland. So I don't give up the pick if I'm Cleveland, but that's where we disagree.
All right, enough about basketball. Let's talk about football. It is preseason. I need to tell a story, and I need to apologize to all of the Boston fans and to the football gods. I'm very sorry. On the first day, of camp, the first day camp started, I'm not a very religious man. This is a true story. I sat down, and I don't know what I prayed to, but I prayed to something, and I said, please, have Tom Brady tear his MCL. I begged. I pleaded, and I'm sorry, because that's not how it works, because about 3 hours later, my franchise quarterback, Ryan Tannehill, went down, and so did my dreams of making the playoffs this year. Got Jay Cutler.
Jay Cutler's not bad. Jay Cutler's...
I don't want to talk about it. The Browns are open to trading Brock Osweiler because, of course they are.
It's the Browns. It's Brock Osweiler. That's the perfect marriage.
The Browns took the bad end of a Moneyball deal. You don't get to create demand. Especially for a quarterback that went 15 and 16 last 15 touchdowns to 16 interceptions. And to put that in perspective, the whole is Colin Kaepernick being blackballed thing, he threw 16 touchdowns on 4 interceptions on a team where you can't name either of their wide receivers. Put it on the poll. Name 2 wide receivers on San Francisco.
I can't even do it, and I'm sitting right here.
We have a computer in front of us. Was Pierre Garçon on San Francisco last year?
I don't think so. Who knows? It's the 49ers that are relevant right now.
On, the football trends, my favorite thing in the whole world is coming up, and that's fantasy. Fantasy football is incredible. I can't wait. I've done lots and lots of mock drafts. I'm here with Chris. We're going to give some players that we particularly just, like. We're not going to say if you pick these players, you're going to win your draft, but if you pick these players, probably going to win your draft. Chris,
all right, I'll start it out. So we were thinking, late first round, early second round. Not really steals because it's still super early.
Yeah, we're not going to be like, who's good? That David Johnson I've been hearing so much about.
Le'Veon Bell, he can catch catches out of the backfield. I think Melvin Gordon would be a really good late first, early second round pick. He flew super under the radar. A lot of people don't hype him up as much as the previously mentioned ones, but he did have the third most running back fantasy points last year before he went down with an injury. And, coming back from injury is always a little bit of a concern, but he's super young. He's the future face of the Chargers, I think. So I think definitely take Melvin Gordon if you get the chance.
I think from that same range, if you have the late first round, early second round, two players that I really like are LaShawn McCoy and Michael Thomas. And for some reason, one of my commissioners emailed us our draft position like 2 weeks before the draft, so I have the 7th pick. So I'm definitely going to try to get one of those two players. Maybe Jordy Nelson if LaShawn McCoy is gone, because maybe I can get Michael Thomas in the second. But I just think that Michael Thomas did really good last season, and with, I think, Brandon Cooks, right? With Brandon Cooks gone, he's on New England. As I said on the last podcast, LeGarrette Blount out, him in. They only have one black person on the team at a time. I think that he's a good person, and he's really good with a quarterback like Drew Brees.
Now, it's funny that he mentioned Brandon Cooks because that was my other late first, early second round steal, He wasn't the biggest name.
You're going to pick Brandon Cooks in the second round?
Oh, I would easily pick Brandon Cooks in the second round.
With a quarterback that throws the ball at, not how Brandon Cooks catches the ball?
But see, you got Edelman and Amendola going, playing the slot. Gronkowski can do whatever he wants to do at tight end. You got Cooks stretching the field. I think, Brady's obviously going to spread the round. He's not going to throw it to one guy. But I think, there'll be fireworks about the Randy Moss era.
I think that when you have players like Cooks and even Antonio Brown, their first 2 steps are faster than any cornerback. And then they have a quarterback like Big Ben or Drew Brees that can air out the ball, and then they could catch it a lot of the time. I don't think Tom Brady, especially at this point in his career, is that guy.
He can still push it down the field, though. He's not what he was 10 years ago, but I think that...
Neither is Giselle. Unnecessary. Furthermore, we're not just going to give you with early picks, we're also going to get you with some sleepers. I've been doing a bunch of mock drafts, and I know a lot of people like to get Aaron Rodgers, but you have to get Aaron Rodgers in the 3rd round. I've been doing a bunch of mock drafts, as I just said. I got Marcus Mariota in the 10th twice. I also got Derek Carr in the 11th round. So I'm not too worried about quarterbacks. As I said, if you have that second round pick or whatever, don't try to steal a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady. Yeah, definitely get one of the people that we chose earlier, like Michael Thomas. Another sleeper that I really like, I like Sterling Shepard. A lot of people think that Brandon Marshall is going to take a lot of his touches, but Brandon Marshall is getting picked on average 75 picks before him. And I think Sterling Shepard had a really good rookie season and really connects with the quarterback. And Brandon Marshall played terrible last year, just not good. And you could argue, but he didn't have a quarterback. It's yeah, but he never really has a quarterback.
Jets,
that's kind of his thing.
Yeah, he did. He put up work without star names before. My sleepers, around the time you can get Mariota, I've done a couple mock drafts myself. I can find that you can get Jameis Winston, and he's probably going to take you on a little bit of a roller coaster ride. He's going to make some bonehead decisions. He's going to throw some picks. It's only going to be his 3rd year in the league.
Going to steal some crab legs.
But with the addition of Deshaun Jackson and rookie tight end O.J. Howard, I think they by far the best offense they've had since he's been in the league. By far the best offense they've had in probably at least a decade. And he's going to spread the ball around. He's definitely going to put up some stats. And I think a deep sleeper, I think is going to be Thomas Rawls, running back from the Seahawks. I know they added Eddie Lacy. They still have C.J. Prosise, and Rawls was banged up for about 9-10 weeks last year. But I think they're going to ease him in. He's going to eventually overtake Lacy and Prosise because I think he has by far the most talent out of that running back core. So I think definitely 10th, 11th round, I think you can still steal Thomas Rawls.
And that was it. That was the Kas Show with Chris Ryan.
First episode done, baby.
I have nowhere to hype it. Eventually, I'm going to make a Twitter page. I might pair it with the old Twitter page, which right now is at SayJaffCast. But I don't really know what I'm going to do. We just wanted to do this, put it together, see how it sounds.
Get the ball rolling.
Yeah, Chris and I always have really good conversations off wax, so why not put one on wax for all of you guys?
All right. Peace out.